Alright, hello everyone and welcome. Welcome back, and again, continued welcome if you are watching live, where we are moving into day 2 of streaming Heavensward, playing through Heavensward. Let's go! Check this out as well. Oh my god. Oded talk. Very kindly. He got us the emotes. Oh, it's so good. Look at this. Look at this. So good. There's another one as well. We've got the wave, which is with the yellow one. And then we've got the jump, which is the real disco one. Super cool. Super fun. So again, huge shout out, huge thank you to Oded for that. We're going to use those for some fun stuff. It's going to be good. Those emotes are from the Mog Station. Also, to catch up YouTube people, Minfilia. Minfilia, is that you? Wait, what? Minfilia is a dragon now? Hey, she's back. Check out our... Oh, Dragonthorn, how are you doing, man? But check out our weapon. Again, this is a good suggestion from Raslern, was to buy the Ironworks weapon, so we did. It's actually pretty cool. Actually, let me show you that animation properly. Look, like spins open, but I think it's a great suggestion. It actually matches our armor really well. It's got like the blue glow that we have. So yeah, I actually think this is sick. It actually looks really cool. So very happy with that. I think that's gonna be badass. Did I move on from WoW, or is this just playthrough? Honestly, at the moment, this is I don't know, it's hard to say. Like, this is like the main thing I'm doing right now. I'm still playing WoW. I'm still raiding in WoW, but that's like endgame, and there's not all that much to do apart from the raiding and some dungeons with friends and stuff. So I'm playing that with friends, and then I'm streaming this with you guys for several hours a day. So I'm playing a lot more Final Fantasy than WoW overall, but yeah. Anyway, let's actually eat some delicious frumenty. So we got some food buff. I actually, speaking of food buff, I went and I got, hey, it's not too bad with the green screen. I put some peanut butter on some crackers. And I've got some fizzy water with some ice and a lemon slice. So I'm treating myself. We are going to dive in. We're going to check out this. Presuming it's voice acted, I'm going to eat some crackers. And yeah, when we get back to Ishgard as well, we're going to pick up Machinist. That's going to be one of our big goals today, is to unlock Machinist. And we're actually going to try out Machinist in a dungeon with our Adventurer Squadron. When they're back from their training, we're going to go in and we're going to actually... Oh, we have a new recruit as well. We're going to try it out and see what it's all about. Actually going through a dungeon with our NPC buddies. Should be interesting. Let's go. Let's go.
Friends, 'tis good to see you safe and well. I will admit I had not counted on you seeking, let alone finding refuge within the Holy See, but full glad was I to learn that you had.
She's very similar voice actress.
Thankfully, we had allies there who took us under their wing. And theirs was not the only aid we receive, I suspect. When we fled Uldar, we fully expected to become wanted men, known to all and hounded at every turn. Yet that did not come to pass. On the contrary, 'twould seem the charges against us have not been made public.
Oh.
Might we have you to thank for that, Admiral?
Sharp as ever, Master Elfino. On Marshal Terrapin's urging, the Elder Seedseer and I demanded that the Syndicate suppress news of the Scion's alleged crimes until such time as irrefutable evidence could be found.
I prefer the old one of her.
Our argument was simple. Lacking proof, to accuse the saviors of the realm of so unlikely a crime would have the people up in arms. In their wisdom, the Syndicate agreed, as you yourself have seen. There is something you should know. Some few days prior to the banquet, the Elder Seedseer and I were summoned for a private audience with the Sultana. There, she revealed her intent to announce her abdication, that she might pave the way for the establishment of an Uldan Republic.
What? But such an announcement would have plunged the entire nation into chaos.
She was well aware of that. 'Twas for fear of what might ensue that she summoned us. Her Grace wanted the Elder Seedseer and I to lend Rauban a helping hand, you see? To aid him in preserving the peace during the transition.
The new one's a better actor, but the old one has a better voice. Yeah.
Having
Yeah.
somehow caught wind of her plan, Lolorito and Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination in the hope of maintaining the constitutional status quo. But they must have known that her death would sow as much chaos as her abdication. Chaos from which Teleji alone might feasibly stand to profit. Surely Lolorito would never knowingly...
Oh, he did.
Could it be? I dare not hope.
What?
The Ul'dan authorities have yet to announce the Sultana's passing.
What?
To allay
What?
any suspicion that may arise from Her Grace's absence, they have issued a statement to the effect that she is presently convalescing from illness.
Mayhap they're waiting for a fitting moment to break the news. Or mayhap they know of some other reason to delay.
They're gonna build a robot to take her place and rule through the robot Nanamo. I'm a genius. I'm so smart.
Something else has been bothering me, Admiral. I was dismayed to learn that General Raoban is to be executed. Yet upon hearing the news, I could not help but wonder why he had been kept alive for so long.
I wonder that too.
Pray mistake not my meaning. I am, of course, overjoyed that our friend still draws breath, and that he might yet be saved. But if his enemies truly wished to eliminate him, they could have done so immediately. I see no reason for this delay.
Aye, you've struck upon an important point, Master Alphino. Following his capture, Raoban had been held in the Marasaja pit within Ul'dar. In recent days, however, he has reportedly been moved to an unknown location. Queerly, 'twas not the brass blades who spirited him away either, but a band of soldiers decked in blue.
Uh-oh. How do you not know who they are?
Crystal Braves.
How do you not know, Admiral? Oh my god.
Aye. If I read the winds right,
Okay.
the arrangement
She did
between
know.
Lord Lolorito and the Braves has come under strain.
Oh.
At any rate, if we're to rescue Raoban, we'll have to find him first. And you'll be glad to hear that I have already entrusted the task to those best able to see it done. Our friends of Doma.
She's just being... She knew, but she was being dramatic. Yeah. Talk to her before we leave? Okay, gotcha. Raoban's survival is vital to the Eorzean alliance. We can ill afford to lose him. But I cannot send troops into Ul'dar. 'Twould spell the end of the alliance, and war like as not. If there is to be a rescue, it falls to you and yours to attempt it. I'm the worst voice actor by far out of the, the three. For her. I would not have it any other way, Admiral. It was I who founded the Crystal Braves, and I who must take responsibility for their actions. Spoken like a true leader, Master Alphino. By way of a first step, you should seek out our Doman contact. You will find her among the frontier hands at Revenant's Toll, working in a kitchen. Alright, so talk to Merlwyt before we go. Though it's useless to dwell on the past, I often wonder if I could have, and should have, done more for you and Raoban that day. Leaving the banquet was tantamount to leaving you and yours for dead. Should you think me craven, I wouldn't hold it against you, but I will make it up to you, this I swear. Come what may, know that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn can count on our cooperation. You're useless, in other words. Cool. Would that we could join you in rescuing the Flame General, but the Sultanate would not take kindly to a foreign power on their soil, allies or no. Yeah. The leaders really let us down. Like, they super let us down at the end. They were like, no, we're not going to help the Ishgard people. You go do it. And then they came and they tried to take all the credit, and then they didn't help us when we were being under attack. Like, they really failed us. Super hard. The Crystal Braves may no longer answer to me, that does not absolve me of responsibility. As commander, I am accountable for all the wrongs they've committed, all the havoc they've wreaked. You're responsible to a degree, for sure. But I mean, you know, when your dude's mutiny, like, it was a well-planned thing. Like, it was a well-planned infiltration, well-planned mutiny. Went behind your back. I mean, you can only hold him so responsible, I think. Okay, let's roll. To Revenant's Toll. Ha! Didn't think we'd be going back there, but we are. I have a soft spot for Alphino. I like Alphino. I do. I have to say, I like him. I think I like Alphino a lot more than you guys like Alphino. I think he was pretty cool though in A Realm Reborn. Like he was a bit of a knob, but like he got stuff done. You know, it didn't work out well, but he got stuff done, right? Failed horribly, but he did it. Yeah, I'm a pretty big Alphino fan. Ah, Higiri. Mistress Nubkeks, I knew in my heart that you were safe, but to see you again in the flesh, words cannot express my relief. Even as the victory feast was taking place, the Crystal Braves turned upon us and took the Rising Stones by force. Amid the chaos, some few of my compatriots and I were able to slip away unnoticed. Since then, we've remained in Revenant's Toll, keeping watch over the mutineers while awaiting your return. You've done well by us, and we Domans do not soon forget our debts. We swear to do all within our power to aid you. Shortly before you arrived, I received word from Limsa Lominsa that you were searching for General Roban. As the Admiral will have informed you, he was recently moved from his cell in the Marasaja pit. At the same juncture, Yuyuhasi, who's the bastard, and the 3rd unit were observed leaving the Rising Stones. This can be no simple coincidence. Their purpose, we believe, is to escort the Flame General to the scene of his execution. Suffice it to say, we have people shadowing the 3rd. If you would join the hunt, pray seek out Dware at Highbridge, where I too am bound. Let's do it. I am so ready for this. I'm so ready. Yeah, Yuyuhasi, he's just, scum. He's scum. We'll cut him down. Checking my gear. I'm sure we don't have any better gear though. I've been expecting you. Time is of the essence, so I shall be direct. Yuyuhasi and his men are bound for Halatali. We believe that this is where they intend to carry out the execution. Hozan is presently keeping watch over the entrance. Let us make haste and join him. Alright. Old Halatali, eh? I'm curious to see what Rauban is gonna be like, you know, after he lost his arm and had, like, just completely went rage mode with Nanamo dead. Like, what's Rauban gonna be like? Is he still gonna be a good dude or is he gonna be crazy? No idea. Does Alphino have anything to say? Rauban's ties to Halatali are well known. That Ilberd should choose this of all places to stage his execution is no coincidence. The fiend! Are there no depths to which he will not stoop? Probably not. He's a total dick. Ilberd, I really want to get Ilberd. You come at a good time, my friends, but moments ago, the traitor Ilberd arrived and entered Halatali. Are we gonna get Ilberd right at the start here? No. From this, we may be certain that General Rauban is being held within. Is it gonna let us kill Ilberd? Please, yes. Ooh, Ring of Slaying. High quality. Yo. Ooh. There's no time to lose. General Alden may be executed at any moment. You must enter Halatali and free him of his captors. Please see to your preparations and tell me when you're ready to proceed. One of our own will accompany you inside. Yo, I'm ready. I'm so ready. I'm thirsty for blood. I am. Yeah, Ilberd stabbed us in the back. He really did. Hey, Yugiri.
Forgive me my lateness.
Lady Yugiri!
Master Alphino, I am pleased to see that the light of resolve shines in your eyes once more.
I miss her hood, though. Her hood was cool.
Ah, yes. How pathetic I must have seemed to you when we last met.
No.
I'm ashamed to record it. For a time, I was well and truly lost. But with the aid of my comrades, I have since refound my purpose, and I shall take care not to misplace it again.
Since your escape from Ulda, my fellow shinobi and I have shadowed the Crystal Braves every step, in hopes of learning the Scion's whereabouts. Regrettably, our investigation has yet to yield any useful information. Pray, forgive us.
No, it's forgiven.
You need not apologize, my lady. We are grateful for all that you have done on our behalf. Besides, Ralbarn is no less a friend, and we cannot well abandon him to his fate.
Hozan, the three of us shall attend to the Flame General's rescue. Pray, draw away the guards by the entrance. Take Daware and Higiri with you.
Daware? Higiri. Wow. That is so unnecessary, dude. You could have just walked, man.
Me.
Fucking hell. Alright. Oh my god. Fair enough. Just fucking smoke bomb out of there. Nah, man, ninjas. Ninjas. You know, I'm actually surprised that... Oh, cool, we get to fight with the two of them. I'm actually surprised that ninja is not... Is it not one of the special jobs for Stormblood? Because Stormblood is like... It sounds like it's like the Eastern-y sort of theme with like monks and samurai. Ninja would fit in really well. Oh, the Crystal fucking Braves, huh?
Away with you!
Oh, Yugiri, finish this guy off. Come on, Yugiri. Boom. There we go. Look at Alphino healing us. And Yugiri. With her daggers. Cool. This is badass. I love this. Oh, Red Mage is Eastern as well? We need to unlock Red Mage still. We still need to unlock Red Mage. And figure out what that's all about. But that's like an Eastern-y type of mage, huh? Should probably be killing the Conjurer first, huh? Would probably make sense.
Leave this to me.
Monk in 14 is more Middle Eastern. Oh, okay. It's more Middle Eastern. Okay. Stormblood has Red Mage and Samurai. Okay. Ninja hasn't been featured in CGI yet, really. Do I go this way? Yeah, looks like it. That looks like it's a dead end. And this place is cool. This is like an original dungeon. The lighting is cool and stuff. I don't know if they upgraded it or if I just never super noticed before. Is he in a force field? Where is his captors? What's going on here? General! You came. Oh, look. He's bound by some manner of magitech device, yet I dare not force it open. It may well be booby-trapped. Booby. I have heard of such devices. The Crystal Braves will possess the key. Let us split up and look for it. Oh, there's a hard mode Halatali. That will not be necessary. Is it Ilberd? Oh, it's you, Ysayle. Pray do not take it personally, my friends. You are the victims of harsh economic conditions. Oh, he's such a bastard. Happily, you'll not suffer for long. This poison will convey you swiftly into the bosom of Thal, where I hope to join you after passing of many prosperous years. Red Mage is Zaro? Okay, Magic Zaro? Farewell, friends, and do relax. Uh-oh. Let's break our way through, huh? I'm forcing the gate. Don't you worry, I'm forcing it. I'm doing all my jumps. And we're being attacked as well, huh? Boom, the gate's open. Acerbic Jam! Oh no, we're being attacked by Jam of all things. Come on, you Giri. What are you doing? Is Rauban dying? Rauban! Oh, she's gonna save the general. Okay. Let's go. The Braves have the key. Alright. The Mask of Zaro. Maybe they're down here? Nah, probably not. Well, maybe they are. Let's have a look. Nah, they're not. There's nothing there. Okay. Run, run, run. Yeah, the Rogue questline was great. Yeah. Well, you need to do more of that. That's on the to-do list. I've somehow managed to become, without any real planning, I've managed to become a melee DPS main. We're going to break that today a bit with some Machinist. Music here is cool too. So is this like a... I must have missed this hard mode dungeon because I don't think I've been in here before. Like, this is a really cool dungeon. Where are the dudes with the key? Oh, up this way maybe? Is this blocked off? No, this is blocked off. It's not this way. Where are they? Can I even go through this door? No. I feel like I've missed something. Did I miss something really obvious? Oh, we're being chased by... Oh, there's still a slime. Oh. Alphino is like, here, kill this slime. Sorry, Alphino. What is or was my WoW main? The thing I've played the most is... Priest. Priest. Oh, this is the gas thingy. Okay. Humming atomizer. Bam. That takes care of the mist. Okay, now we can probably go up this way, I assume. The mist is cleared. Mm-hmm. Ah, the door's opened. Perfect. Love Priest and WoW Classic. So I've only played Priest recently. I switched to Priest during BFA, and that's what I've been playing and really enjoying. I love the animations, though. We got some crazy cool animations, I have to say. Ah, stop healing him, you jerk. I should be really hitting the healer first, huh? Oh, no you don't, you jerk. I'm on to you. No cures for you, friend. You've not seen a... Oh, at the moment, yeah. At the moment, I'm actually playing a lot of Disc Priest as well. I'm healing a good bit of Mythic. Well, I'm getting into some of the healing now that I'm back and I've switched to healer. Just gearing my Priest up to heal. But yeah, for like Castle Nathria for the last raid tier, I played Priest. I think I played Shadow Priest for about half the bosses. And then Disc Priest for maybe 3 bosses. And Holy Priest... I think it was Shadow for 5, Holy Priest for 2, and Disc Priest for 3. So I actually... That was one of the things I really liked about it, was the ability to play multiple specs on the same thing, which is again part of what I love about this game, is that you can play multiple jobs on the same character. Bad example, relatively new to the stream. Aha, but Disc is similar to Astrologian and Nocturnal Sect, and Holy similar to White Mage. Yeah, makes sense. You'll be playing Sage and Endwalker. Do we know much about the Sage gameplay? I know they're going to be a shield type healer, right? But, yeah. Raban. Can we open his... Did I not pick up the key? I obtained it. Oh, I had to click the Magitech device. Ah, okay. Alphino, heal yourself, mate. We know nothing. Okay, almost nothing. Okay. Cool. My thanks. Ugh. He probably is a new voice actor too. Slowly, General. You're yet weak from your ordeal. Nevertheless, we must quit this place. I should have known. What are clever contrivances to the warrior of light? Well done, hero. Ilberd. Oh, can we kill him? Please. Vengeance. These bastards. Ilberd. You mean to struggle on then? Very well. If you would stand in my way, I'll cut you down like all the rest. Come, Scions. Let's get this over with. Whoa, we are just straight up fighting this dude. Mid-September we'll get previews of ability changes. Ooh, that's soon. Ilberd of the Dull Blade. You frickin' bastardo. Gonna finish off your allies first. See how you like it. Goldeneye Yu Hasi. This one here is a healer, huh? Or conjurer. Let's cut him down to size.
I have you now.
Ooh. Do you? Do you? Kill Yu Hasi. Ha! Yu Hasi's down. Oh, it feels good. Gonna take down Ilberd last. And they've got all these voice lines. It's quite interesting. Alright, Ilberd. How's it feel to be surrounded, Ilberd?
I'll tear you limb from limb.
I'm gonna stun you. Never mind, I'm not gonna stun you. You were immune. Okay. You win this round, Ilberd. she's doing some fun ninja stuff. I have seen the job guide on their website. Yeah, I have seen that. It's actually super handy.
This changes nothing.
Oh, he's a totally different voice actor.
It is over, Ilberd. Lay down your arms and surrender yourself to justice.
Justice? Justice for what exactly? 'Twas not I who assassinated the Sultana, boy.
Ere we debate who is responsible for the assassination, I would ask whether an assassination took place at all.
Oh, clever little shite. If you think you fight for justice, lass, you best wake up. The truth is, you fight for whoever bloody well tells you to. Can you not see you're being used by the Scions, the city-states, even the Crystal Braves? They none of them care a whit what you want, only what you can do for them. And how do I know this? Because I'm the same. A pawn to be used as my masters see fit. All I ever wanted was to liberate my homeland, and I ate dirt to make it happen. But what have I achieved after all these years in servitude? Nothing. Not a bloody thing. If we ourselves are not free, free to think and to act, how are we ever to reclaim our homeland?
He's got the crazy eyes.
Know this. There is nothing I would not give to take back Alamigo. Nothing!
Oh, he's gonna escape. No. Oh, no. Oh, no, it's just a smoke bomb. Oh, he's got a little...
You'll not get away.
You can change the voice actor, but you can't change the little shit-eating grin, huh?
No, Master Alpha, no. Now is not the time.
I'm but a cripple and a fool. And still you came for me. I'm in your debt.
We are all of us fools of fate, General. But even fools have a part to play.
On your feet, Gladiator. This fight is not over.
Rest assured, I was not planning to die till I'd avenged the Sultana. Still, your words are welcome, lass.
He's missing his arm.
Know this, Ilberd. There is nothing I would not give to see you pay for what you've done. My wealth, my arm, my life. Nothing.
General, are you aware that Lord Olorito has yet to announce the Sultana's death to the public?
What? No. No, I was not aware of that, nor of anything else outside my cell. 'Tis passing strange, though. I assumed the bastard would make it known at the first opportunity, and set about tearing down the Sultanate.
His neck is so big.
As did we all. And it is indeed strange that he did not. Strange, or perhaps revealing. Now, I have no conclusive proof, nor do I wish to give you false hope. But I have reason to believe that Her Grace may yet live.
What? But how can that be?
Ah, clever little shite.
But it is not safe here.
Huh.
Let's continue this conversation without.
Interesting. Interesting. Not dead. Oh, okay. Alamigo is based on Turkey, but everyone has a Sheffield accent. Duwari. There was no assassination. The general is safe. What news without? My lady, the guards have been subdued as per your command. We have since kept watch over the entrance. There has been no further activity. Then Ilberd and his minions have fled via some other egress. Scour the perimeters for signs of their passing. At once, my lady. General Alden, I presume, and the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Schwink. Who are you? Identify yourself. Pray do not be alarmed. My mistress is a friend, and I come bearing a message of goodwill. For your own safety, she bade me direct your steps to the Waking Sands. Know that Master Urianger awaits you there, along with others sympathetic to your cause. But Urianger is working with the Asians. There is no ruse, I assure you. General Alden, if you will come with me, I've prepared a carriage that you may travel in comfort, safe from prying eyes. What's this guy's game, Yeah, our weapon is cool. That was a good call, I think, Rastlern. That was a good call to get this weapon. It's badass. I like it a lot. Our glow weapon was cool, but this is better. I've spoken with Urianger via Link Pearl. He confirms the man's story. Rauban is in safe hands. Let us make our own way to Vesper Bay. Interesting. Now, I am almost certain that these guys are bad news. We actually still have our Vesper Bay Aetheryte tickets. 9 left. Who would have thought in Heavensward we would pray return to the Waking Sands? Oh dear. It's still happening. There is no escape. Well, 15, absolutely glamorous. Why can I not do this quest? What? Disciple of the Hand. Craft glamour prisms. Oh, okay. I'll be back for that. It's fine. That's a tank. There's a bunny in a tank. There is a bunny in a tank driving around. Okay. Ah, Oded talk. Hello. The tank is a crafter mount? Ah. Endwalker zones are going to be based off of India and Greece. Oh, that could be cool.
My dearest friends, praise be unto the 12 for delivering you from the clutches of treachery.
Father!
Pippin's here.
Pippin, my son, and Master Papashan besides.
Forgive me, Father. I should have been at Her Grace's side.
Save your tears. The Sultana yet lives.
Now this I did not see coming.
You.
It was I who arranged this gathering.
Who?
And judging by your perplexed expressions, it would seem introductions are in order. I am Dulala, head of the Order of Noldthor, and member of the Syndicate.
What you said about the Sultana, is it true? Is she alive?
Yeah, Rauban does look really skinny. Yeah, he does.
Young lady, I understand you were with the Sultana when she drank from the poisoned goblet and collapsed. Would I be correct in assuming that you did not personally verify Her Grace's vital signs?
That I am completely incompetent. That is correct. Yes.
I ask when 'tis plain you know the answer.
Calm yourself, General, and let me finish. The truth is not as you imagine it. You are all victims of a most ingenious ruse. A ruse conceived to eliminate the threat deposed by Teleji Adeleji. 'Tis my belief that Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination alone, but that Lolorito caught wind of his plot and exploited it to his own ends. He sought to manipulate you into eliminating Teleji for him, and you duly obliged.
That's my favorite
At
moment.
one fell swoop, he removed his two foremost rivals, all the while remaining above suspicion.
Okay.
God strike me down for a fool. But the Sultana, how can it be that she lives?
She lives because Lolorito willed it.
Hmm.
Her own lady-in-waiting is but one of his many little birds. By her sleight of hand, the poison was switched for a less deadly draught before it could reach her mistress's lips.
Some manner of sedative, perchance, of a potency sufficient to induce a slumber like unto death.
Were I to guess, I would say her grace is being held somewhere, dreaming dreams of a brighter Uldar, even as we speak.
Oh, Nanamo. I will never forgive Lolorito for his part in this.
Though Lolorito's hands are far from clean, they did pluck her grace from the jaws of death. That must count for something. And though one may call the man's methods into question, it cannot be denied that he knows the value of stability, to the very gill, like as not. He craves power, 'tis true, but he has no desire to depose the Sultana. I had never taken sides in your feud with the monetarists, but it was not for want of concern for our nation's welfare. Indeed, 'twas out of the desire to see order restored that I furnished your Far Eastern friends with information, and arranged this gathering. I hope you are ready to work, General, for there is much work to be done. Our first priority must be to bring matters back into balance. Lest you forget Her Grace's words, the true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. As for the more worldly kind of wealth, I am content to let Lolorito help himself to whatever Teleji Adeleji left behind.
Interesting.
You, meanwhile, must do that which you alone can do. Rescue Her Grace and take your place at her side once more, for her sake and that of our nation.
Yeah, he just wanted to get rid of Teleji and seize all his stuff. Wow. And then also get away with doing whatever he wanted while the Queen was away and Rauban was away. He could just do whatever the hell he wants, basically. No one's there to stop him for a few weeks, at least. A few months, I don't know. Interesting. Very interesting. I gotta be honest, I'm shocked that she's not dead. I am super shocked. Ooh, let's drop dead Shiva. We should come back and do these at some point as well. I'm super shocked. I had not counted on Prioress Duala herself appearing. In my defense, my suspicions regarding the Sultana proved more prescient. Much remains to be done, but in rescuing Rauban, we've taken a vital first step towards resolving matters in Uldar. We couldn't have done it without you, Nubkeks. Thank you. You're welcome. I'll take the slaying ring, thank you very much. Agate ring of slaying. Nice. Oh, that's Shiva Extreme? Tataru, yes, General Rauban is now in safe hands. What? Another assault? Very well, we shall return at once. Pray notify the Count of our coming. It would seem we face another crisis. The Dravanians are preparing to resume their siege of the Holy See. Though I'm loath to abandon the Sultana to her fate, we lack the necessary evidence to act upon Dulala's claims. That being the case, I propose we leave Marshal Tarapin and the others to investigate and return with all haste to Ishgard. Let's do it. Back to Ishgard. Yeah, I'm kind of sad in a way that Nanamo's not dead. I actually quite liked that twist. I quite liked it. I think I would have preferred if she had just died. And just Rauban was just like fucking changed by grief. Does that make me a bad person? That probably makes me a bad person. That's okay. Dragonhead first. Okay, because we gotta hand in this thing with Alberic. You joined the stream to hear me wishing death upon Nanamo. It's true. I wish he was dead. It's pretty bad. No, Pierre, no. Whoops. Say hi to Orshvan. We'll see Orshvan's in Foundation. Twists on twists. Intrigue on intrigue. It's true. It's true. My thanks for coming, Nubkeks. 'Tis no urgent matter. I was but wondering about Huistien's progress. Tell me, how fares her training? Good. Really good. I'm the best teacher ever. So, you've met her father. In his day, Montorgaines was a dragoon of no... Well, fate joined. Of no small renown. He served Ishgard with valor until he took a grievous wound and was forced to hang up his lance. As Huistien herself told you, she follows in her father's footsteps. From the first, she exhibited tremendous potential. In all ways, she was Estinian's equal, and the rivalry they shared raised both of them higher. Alas, the Eye chose Estinian and not her. Since then, she's taken a training with a fervor that borders on self-punishment. It is well to strive for greater heights, but a dragoon must never lose sight of his conviction. It is the only thing that shields us from the dragon's wiles. So I beg you, keep watch over Huistien. By your shining example, see to it she never forgets what it means to be a dragoon. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Blood of the Dragon, level 54. Received word of an impending Dravanian offensive. Well, I'll tell you, they're attacking right now, boy. They're attacking right the heck now. Alright, to Forton Manor we go. I think we'll just fly there. You want me to go visit Orshvan? Okay, we'll go visit Orshvan. Okay, chat. If you want to visit Orshvan on the way, we'll visit Orshvan on the way. Yeah, I do. Yeah, Kid Cougar. I do feel like it does nerf the impact of the end of A Realm Reborn a little bit. Hey, he's still here. Ever a sight to lift the spirits, my friend? I should like nothing more than to accompany you in all your doings, but my duties keep me here. It's a poor substitute for adventuring. You must allow me to take you on a tour of the city when things have settled. With his naked man. He's probably going to be in Forton Manor now. He'll probably show up and be like, wait, we just saw you. But yeah, I'm glad though that like Rauban lost his arm and all of that. Like stuff happened, you know. He straight up murdered Teleji. Now if they turned around and were like, Teleji never died! Oh my god! And then Rauban was like, surprise, I have an invisibility cloak. My arm is totally fine. Then I'd be rather pissed off. Then I'd be like, come on. I don't think they'll do that though. Wait. Oh, this is steps of... Wait, how do I get in? Do I just fly over? Wait, how do I get in? Oh, I have to talk to the guard? Okay. Which guard? This guy? The Temple Knight Gate Guard? Probably this guy. Yeah? Yeah. Oh, our barracks is ready. Lally-ho! Nubkeks away! Ooh, Machinist is here. Ooh. I like the music. Let's go to Fortaunt Manor first. Man, Ishgard is just cool. I love it. Oh, here's the turret. Let's hear what the Count has to say. Yes, let's. Ah, there you are. Sorry for cutting your reunion with General Rauban short. I wouldn't have bothered you, but the city's awash with rumors of another Dravanian attack, and Lord Orshvan was desperate to get hold of you. We just saw him. Speaking of whom, he and the others are waiting for you inside, so you better head in. How did he get here before me? Oh, Orshvan, you sneaky sausage. He was playing it coy. Frozen City's cool? That's right. They're chill people, you know? Chill dudes. My friend, I thank you for answering our call with such alacrity. As I'm sure you're now aware, the Dravanians are once more gathering for war. He knew to talk to the guard. Mistress McMeow, Master Levelure, I must apologize for this abrupt summons, but we thought it best to have Mistress Tataru contact you by the most direct means available. That absolutely makes sense. When the observatorium's bell toll, it is a warning that cannot be ignored. The Holy See has ordered that we make ready for battle. In case you haven't heard, a band of trappers returned from the west, claim they saw a cloud of dragons big enough to dim the midday sun. Nidhogg's minions gather once more for war. But I would not have you take up arms in another of our conflicts. When first you came to Ishgard, I offered you my protection. If I cannot ensure your safety here, I cannot well accept your aid, much less ask for it. Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are faced with a choice. To remain in a besieged Ishgard or seek sanctuary elsewhere. I would not presume to influence your decision, but I must ask that you make it swiftly, lest our enemies force your hand. You wouldn't be able to help with Rauban or Nanamo if we stay then, if we're gonna be stuck besieged. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Tatari, what do you think? What will become of this place and us? Though we flee to the ends of the world, 'twould seem that no place in this troubled age is free of strife. Once more the horde descends upon Ishgard, and once more her weary defenders must take up spear and bow. The Count would have us seek shelter from this storm, but I, for one, grow tired of running. If we are to shine like the light of dawn, we must do so in the sight of our fellow man, not hunkered in a hole. What say you, Catkeks? I would stay and fight. Then fight we shall. Let it never be said that we abandoned our allies in their hour of need. Alphino, I wanted to say something cheeky, but Alphino pumped me up too much. Orshvan, what do you think? The coming of the Horde spells ruin for Ishgard, but her knight shall fight to the last to shield her citizens from harm. Sounds like this could be a pretty cool battle. Let's see. The choice we make this day may have grave implications for our order. It is only right that Tataru should have a say. Come, let us all meet outside and discuss the path that lies before us. Alright, let's do it. Will, like, both of them vote to stay, and it'll be like, no matter what we chose, would... Huh. Or does our choice, like, really have an effect? Interesting.
Ishgard cannot well endure another assault. Even should her knights succeed in turning back the Horde, the casualties will be catastrophic.
But what other choice do we have? It's not like we can talk it over with them. Dragons and men aren't exactly on speaking terms.
With certain notable exceptions.
You don't mean Iceheart?
When last you spoke with her, she lamented her crimes, did she not?
She did. Interesting. Iceheart,
There
okay.
remains a sliver of hope. If we can persuade Iceheart to act as our intermediary, we may yet be able to convince Nidhogg to abandon his bloody course.
If there is to be a meeting, I would accompany you.
Batman! Batman!
Estinian.
Even with your intermediary, Nidhogg's blood rage may render him deaf to reason. However, the mere attempt may afford our forces precious time to prepare. Of course, you might also consider a more direct approach to ending this conflict. With the power of the Eye at my disposal, and the vaunted strength of the Warrior of Light, we could conceivably slay the beast outright.
If we are to risk a face-to-face meeting with the Dread Worm, I for one would feel safer in the company of the Azure Dragoon.
I'm the Azure
However,
Dragoon. I am.
I should only turn to your lance if my words failed to find their mark. Is that clear?
You tell him, Alphino.
Perfectly. I shall assume that Iceheart enjoys similar diplomatic protection until instructed otherwise. A word of advice. Think carefully before divulging the particulars of this plan to Sir Emmerich. 'Twould not do to have the Lord Commander accused of consorting with heretics.
Indeed. I thank you for your counsel, Estinian. We shall be honored to have you with us.
I am glad to be of service.
Now this is interesting. Because of the Dragoon quest, I feel like he's quite untrustworthy, but I don't know if we're supposed to feel that way. I feel like if we had not done the Dragoon quest, we would have been like, oh, this guy, he's a badass, he's a good guy, we're totally cool, it's fine. But like, we know that he's not totally cool. So I'm curious. Again, I wonder, is it like slightly retconned, or I don't know, we'll see. We've chosen a difficult road. Yet even should we succeed in winning Iceheart to our cause, our plans for parley will swiftly come to naught should the Holy See decide to strike first against the Horde. We must petition the Lord Commander's aid ere we set forth. I only hope that Sir Aymeric will be willing to muzzle Ishgard's forces on the strength of our vague assurances. Tataru, I would ask that you remain at Fortaunt Manor and inform the Count of our decision. Tell him that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn mean to do all in their power to ensure that Ishgard and her people survive. Dragoon gives you insight that others wouldn't have. Interesting. Yes, sir. Interesting. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's already fallen once. So basically, if you guys didn't see it, like at the end of the Dragoon quest line up to level 50, like we fought him 1v1, and then he completely succumbed to the power of the dragon. He completely embraced the dragon in order to try to defeat us. But it didn't work. And in fact, we got like the power of the original Dragoon, the ultimate Dragoon. His name begins with H, Goat Lord, by the way, lovely name. Can't remember, but yeah, it was quite the twist. But yeah. Oh, when you met him in Realm Reborn, he said, "Don't worry, I'm in control." Okay, Haldrath, yeah, we like became as Haldrath or something and fought him off. It was kind of crazy, so it was a little confusing, but I think that's basically what happened. Speak of the Lord Commander. Yes, I need to speak with Sexy McFancypants at once, please, sir.
I want the defenses of the Outer Ward rechecked. See to it that the ballistas are in good repair and supplied with enough ammunition for a prolonged siege.
At once, my lord.
It becomes clearer as time goes by. I'm sure it will. Yeah. I'll figure it out. Don't you worry. We will get there.
Ah, 'twould seem I have visitors. And unlike those massing beyond our walls, these ones are welcome.
Pray forgive us for interrupting you in the midst of your preparations, Sir Aymeric, but our suit concerns the impending assault. To speak plain, We believe there is a chance the invasion might be halted before it even begins. I can divulge little more at this time, but I must nevertheless request that you advise the Holy See to refrain from launching any preemptive sorties whilst we seek to put our plans in motion.
I will gladly lend my support to any endeavor that could spare the blood of my countrymen, but I would know more of the cause you would have me champion. Will you not share aught of this mysterious undertaking?
Know that I have offered my lance to aid in this endeavor. I cannot claim that its success is assured, but our actions should serve to delay Nidhogg's advance at the very least. Which is more than can be said for the ill-conceived counterattack advocated by the sea's more vocal crusaders. They offer glorious death, but little hope of victory.
Aye, their proposal does not inspire confidence. Our resources should rightly be spent shoring up the city's defenses. The Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light sallying forth together to face the dread worm Nidhogg.
I am also the Azure Dragoon. Gotta point that out every time.
I must admit the mere thought of it does much to dispel my misgivings. Go then. Carry out your plan. I shall do what I can for you within the Holy See.
And Aymeric. Baymeric. He's a bro. I wasn't sure like if he was gonna be a good guy or a bad guy when we first met him. But Aymeric, he's the man. He's the man. Estinian, what do you have to say? I'll say this for your plan. It has made keeping secrets from the Holy See seem almost entertaining. Having secured Sir Aymeric's support, we may proceed without fear of a preemptive Ishgardian attack, which is not to say we can afford to dither. History tells us the Dervanians will attack as soon as their horde reaches a critical size. Before that happens, we must needs track down and win over the Lady Iceheart, and then locate and parley with Nidhogg. It's like, okay. In short, time is against us. If you're ready, Estinian, let us be about our task. Ooh. Nice table. It's like the Sir Arthur, the Knights of the Round Table. That's cool. I like it. Snazzy.
Such commotion.
What are you up to, Archbishop?
Yes, Your Eminence. The bells of the observatorium warn of our enemy's approach.
So, the dragons are coming.
Yeah?
Let them come, in their hundreds and their thousands. With the divine blade in our hands, we shall rend their flesh and drown the heretics in their master's blood. Even Nidhogg and his foul brood shall be powerless to resist us.
What's the divine blade?
And when we have rid the world of their pestilence, we shall turn our attention to our Ascian allies.
Oh dear.
See that they are suitably rewarded for their invaluable assistance.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
If I may, Your Eminence, the Paragons wield powers strange and unknowable. Can we be certain that they will not see through our deception?
We can be certain of naught save the righteousness of our cause. If you would be a true leader of men, you must possess conviction as well as caution.
I suspect the divine blade might be a primal.
We seek to excise the root of an evil that has blighted us for 1,000 years. The risk is worth the reward.
It could be like big Excalibur or something. There was a Knights of the Round Table summon in Final Fantasy XIV.
And this Warrior of Light, they have plans of their own.
We'll see, we'll see.
Leave them to their purpose. We must each play the role we have been given. You and your chosen brothers most of all.
For the glory of King Thordan.
Uh-oh. Oh. That was primal voice right there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wind up Alphino? Perfect for international summits, family get-togethers, pre- or post-battle gatherings, or any other occasion where the recapitulation of past occurrences is absolutely positively necessary. Okay, that's hilarious. Okay, I love that. Yeah, tell us about everything. Talk to Estinian again? Okay. Okay, he said the same thing he already said. Before we set forth, we must needs inform Tataru of our plans. Then I shall await you at St. Reinet's Forum. Tell your friend we may be some time. The road you've chosen is neither short nor easy. Of that I need no reminding. Come, Nubkeks, let us head back to Fortom Manor. Yeah, do keep reminding me, though, to talk to these guys. Do keep reminding me. We're almost 53. Very nice. I think what we'll do, this is like, this quest seems like it's really going places, so we're gonna keep going with this, and then maybe we'll go become unlock machinist afterwards. But for now, we're blasting here. This is cool. Let's go in. Our course is set, Tataru. It may be some time before Nubkeks and I return to Ishgard. Well, just you be careful, alright? Oh, and don't worry about me. I'll be busy listening out for news of our lost friends. If anyone can find them, it is you, Tataru. Farewell for now. Oh, before you go, you must put this on, Alphino. I made it specially. What is she gonna give him? No, I couldn't possibly. Very well. New outfit. Oh, it looks so good. By the 12, it fits perfectly, and the quality is actually rather good. I'm glad you like it. Oh, he looks so good. I've been practicing my needlework while I listen to rumors and the like. A good receptionist is always learning new skills. My thanks, Tataru. Whatever else awaits me on the road, I shall not fear the cold. 'Twas the least I could do. Now, I must be getting back to the tavern, or I'll never catch up with all the gossip. Best of luck on your journey. Yo, Alphino. Damn. Looking slick. Looking slick, dude. Oh, that's good. Yo, let's get new outfits for everyone. Let's get new outfits for everyone. This is good. This is good. Okay. Where am I going? Estinian. Where is Estinian? He's down here. Okay. To the Aetherite Plaza. Someone had a character just called Sylvanas Windrunner. Oh no, that's hilarious. Orchid Steelfist. I like it. Orchid Steelfist. Fenrir Mirkover. Mega Flary. Thea Campbell. That's just a normal name. Fire Huline. Essa Lumine. Lisander Ral. Valdrax Ironbreaker. Raven Lushatten. Zarakona Nahalam. What's he called? What are you called, little midget? Pacha Lechat. Zagreus Lightbringer. Chef Guevara. Okay. Sophia White. Misa Sela. Damien Carwin. Oh, there's more people up here. Ukiro Clay, Lyra Draconis, Wizard. Okay, well, I think that's a good place to leave it. Wizard, that's pretty much peak. Alphino, look at you, though. This new attire will serve me well in the bitter cold of Coerthas. I shall have to thank the Taru properly upon our return. Absolutely. You said your farewells then? Aye, we are ready to depart. I suggest we begin our search for Lady Iceheart without delay. Very well, but you will prove an elusive quarry. Where do you intend to start looking? In the absence of any fresh intelligence on Ysayle's movements, I propose we pick up the trail where she was encountered last, the Coerthas Western Highlands. Let us speak with Sir Redwald, was it? As the commander of Falcon's Nest, it's like that he will know if any heretic activity has been reported in the area. Sounds good to me. I think I could just run out the gates, actually. We could take a chocobo there. No. Chocobo Porter. Yeah. I want to hire one. To Falcon's Nest. For 5 gil, please. Ooh, it flies. That's a cool tower. Well, this is fun. Look at us go. Nice tower. Good view. There's the statue. There's the bridge. Cool. Let's refresh our food and refresh Nubkeks as well. I think you'll be needed. Well, Mistress McMeow, what business brings you back to Falcon's Nest? Judging by the company you keep, it can be no trifling matter. The Azure Dragoon I know, of course, but I do not believe I've met this young gentleman. Alphino Levelure at your service, and you are not mistaken as to the gravity of our mission, Sir Redwald. As I am sure you are aware, the Observatorium has warned that the Dravanians gather for another assault. We believe there may yet be a way to avert the coming conflict, but only if we can find the elusive Lady Iceheart. Thus we have come to Falcon's Nest in the hope of acquiring the latest intelligence on the heretics' movements. I see. Then you'd be best served by speaking directly to my men. A patrol is due to return from its sweep of the surrounding lands at any moment. You may also wish to question the knights assigned to pick over the remains of the heretic refuge at Gorgony Mills. 'Tis possible they've unearthed information that could be of use to you. Mistress McMeow knows well the place I speak of, for it was she who discovered it. Let us divide our forces then. I will stay and await the return of the patrol, while the two of you visit this refuge. When I've completed my inquiries, I'll join you there. Fair enough. A wise use of our time. Come, Nubkeks. I'm eager to learn what Sir Redwald's men have found in the heretic's lair. I need to use my compass. Aha. Ether compass. Northwest, 224 yams. I don't know how far that is. It sounds pretty far. I mean, let's go like halfway and see. Good tip, chat. To be completely honest, I had completely forgotten about the existence of the compass. To be brutally honest here. Alright, let's try it again. 93 yams to the north, eh? Is it this thingy? Is it this glowing green thing? Oh, it is. That's exactly what it is. Okay. I can check the ether currents in the main menu. Wait, it was in travel, was it not? Ether currents? Oh, Coerthas Highlands. Okay. Are these showing me where they are? Or is it all these pins, maybe? No, I think they're just the pins. 300, so just keep going north. Okay. Cool. Oh, it just shows me how many I need. Okay. We need a lot. What are these 5 thingies? There's 5. We need like 5 red ones, and then we need what, like, I don't know, 10 or something normal ones? $200 yams northwest. Okay. What you see is what you get. Red ones are from quests and side quests. Here's the thing we want. The blue plus quests on the map will unlock stuff. Okay. Gotcha. There'll be 4 side quests. Okay, there'll be 10 randomly on the map. There'll be 4 side quests that give 1, and there'll be 1 MSQ at the end of the zone that gives 1 as well. Roger that. Okay, this is sending me east. Okay, let's go grab it. Probably over here at the end. Might as well grab these as we go, right? Duh. I'm going down. Like, it's probably in this area, I'm thinking. I hope. Otherwise, I come down here for no good reason. They're always in the same place? Yeah, that makes sense. 61 yams southeast. So we're right beside it. 32 yams northeast. Wait, what? 33 yams north. Is it down there? There's people down there. 3 yams east. Hey guys! Who are you guys? Northwest now. By now the warrens of Snowcloak should have been fully explored, but the tunnels yet harbour a tenacious nest of heretics. Progress has been painfully slow. One could conceivably pass through Snowcloak and exit somewhere in the Central Highlands, assuming the tunnels did not collapse upon one's head. As unstable as the warrens are, however, entry into the ice wall has been restricted to all but the authorized surveyors. Okay. Yeah, this is how we unlock flying. It's pretty cool, alright. And the MSQ will bring us close to pretty much all the currents. Okay. Hey, big guy. Don't mind me. Oh, this is the other side of Snowcloak, the dungeon with Shiva. I see, I see. Very cool. Northwest. Okay. We could probably keep going northwest. I probably want to get up. If I can get up. Seems like it's going to be kind of a hassle to get up, huh? Maybe it's easier to get up over here? I don't know about that, actually. We might have to go over the bridge. I think we want to get up and over the bridge. Uh-oh. I'm not sure if we're able to get back up. Maybe we get back up over here, maybe? I think that's where we got back up before. Yeah, it does seem a really cool way to unlock flying, doesn't it? It's really badass. It's great. Look at that big dragon up on top of that mountain. Dragon skeleton. That is cool. I think last time we were here it was nighttime. We can see a lot more now. Wait, did I jump off to get down here? I feel like maybe I did. Yeah, I don't think we can get back up this way. Uh-oh. Ow. Sorry, horse. Yeah, I mean, let's just go over here. We can go to this place, see what's happening over there, unless it's up on a mountain or something. This is actually where we chased the guy, so this can obviously lead us to where we need to go, surely, so we're fine there. West, 139 yams. Excuse me, Mr. Polar Bears. There's one we need. Yeah, this zone is cool. This zone's really cool. Uh-oh. Excuse me, Mr. Bear. Can't we just get along? Apparently not. No. No is the answer. We can most certainly not get along. Yeah, as soon as you finish the main quest in the zone, it's like you go do your side quest and you can fly. It makes a ton of sense to me. Makes a ton of sense. Let's unlock the Chocobo Keep here so we can get back. The Chocobos could actually be a lot more useful. That would actually kind of make sense. Like, instead of being multiple teleport crystals in the zones, if you have to actually take Chocobos around the place. Which looks like it may be the case. For this place. Because, like, in a Realm Reborn, you could basically just teleport everywhere. There was no reason to ever... Oh, I see you right there. We could cheese some of these with fishing? We could. Not get any mob aggro. Very true. Okay. Parkour. Ones that can fly the Chocobo Keeps are pointless. True, but while we're questing, seems pretty good while we're questing. So this is just to the north. And we're finding these actually pretty quickly, I have to say. We're doing a good job at finding these, I think. Still north. We're doing a big explore. Northeast. Oh. It's literally right here. We're missing 4. That's it. We're only missing 4. One is way to the northwest. Okay. Oh, level up. Okay. We just leveled up randomly. Sweet. Level 53 now. Go us. These guys are cool too. These woolly yaks. They look cool. This is west now. It's enemy west. Oh boy. Maybe we'll come back for that one. It's like the opposite direction of where we're supposed to go. Let's head back towards Iceheart. Yeah, it does look like I missed. Okay, there's one northeast. Okay, let's get that one. Ooh, look, windmills, like frozen windmills. Oh, look at that place over there. What is that? Like some old fortress. Oh, hello, yaks. Let's be friends. North, you say? Oh, there be dragons here. There be dragons. Oh, this is a dungeon. This place looks cool. Look at this. Haha. What is this? Yeah, the music here is great. It's really good. Bane Pool. Oh god. Oh, it's fine. Midgar Somer, stop getting in the way, dude. Okay. Oh, hello. rip through it. We got such good burst damage. Like, when we get going, we really get going. I'm sure we'll be back here. Way to the east. Okay. Maybe we go up this hill. This zone has so many details. Yeah. Like, that looks like a dragon as well. Can I get up here? Or is this like... I think I can. Not. Not. I cannot. Okay. Discovered a new location, though. I think there's definitely one, like, down here where my cursor is, roughly, I think. Which we missed. Let's head backwards a bit. Or, like, up here, maybe? On top of the cliff thing? Parkour! Parkour! Southeast. It's sending me southeast now. I think we want to go up. Oh yeah, the windmills are cool. Here's my snow shark. Yeah, yeah. Oh, there's like a tower and stuff over that way. That's cool. Let's down this way first. Yeah, gosh, I love the music. Oh, and it, of course, gets interrupted by this stinky ice trap thing. Get out of here, you jerk. Hup, hup. Shortcut. Hup. Oh, these are like snow behemoths. Upland Mylodon. That's cool. Okay, we want to go south, so I think we need to go around. You think to disable battle music? Yeah, I'm very tempted to. The only thing is, it only bothers me in this zone. It's fine in the other zones. It's fine. It's just this zone, it sucks. Okay, so we're back basically on the other side of the bridge. Basically back on the other side of the bridge. And this thing should be here somewhere. Ah, I found it. Cool. And this one's north. Okay, we're missing 2 only. Wow, we're flying here. So it's a bunch north. Well, let's go to this girl first. Yeah, maybe I can make like a handy macro or something that would toggle in-game music. Or the battle music, I mean. I was gonna be very close to her. An attractive charm. Yeah, look at that. Like windmills. There's like a place with the barn. I guess this is where we were. It was kind of hard to see because it was so dark before, but this is where we were. Yeah. Yeah. Gorgagni holding. Oh, and speak of the devil, there's the ether current. Fun. Now, how do we get to this one? Okay, I think we go around here by this hot-tempered knight. You're so maneuverable, Behemoth. You're so maneuverable. Good job, dude. And vanish into the building as you do. If I can't find them, there's a website. We'll find them. I'm confident. There's 1,000 to the west, which I think is actually the last one. Yep, we're missing 1,000 things to the west, so somewhere in this region that we haven't been to. So we'll get there eventually. But yeah, we've found most of them. That was pretty good.
Mistress McMeow, our findings, you say? Well, there's something of a tale there. No sooner had we chanced upon a promising-looking sheaf of letters than we were ambushed from the shadows by great white beasts. 'Twould seem the heretics foresaw our coming, and left behind their pets to discourage further investigation. Several of our number were badly wounded.
And you cannot carry out your duties until the creatures are slain.
We've not the time to wait for reinforcements. Let us deal with these pets ourselves, Nubkeks. Alright, Alphino, let's do it. Me and you. I love this, like, fighting with Alphino. It's great fun. Me and Alfie working together. Oh dear. The creature took me by surprise. Forgive me. Until my hands stop shaking, I fear I shall prove more a hindrance than a help. Pray go on ahead, and when you are certain that the rest of these things have been slain, notify the expedition leader that it's safe to return. Oh, alright. Never mind, Alfie, you're useless. He killed one of them, though. Oh, that's a big bear. Hello, big bear. Tamed polar bear? Tamed war bear? Well, that's interesting. I think we did it. Tamed warbears. Like, how do they get in here? Man, even a tamed bear, it'd be tough to get it to come down, like, these steps and wait in the basement. I heard a frightful growling from below. You encountered more of the beasts, I take it. I did. The bears are heretics. Of course. The beasts are slain, then. My thanks, Mistress McMeow. We may return to our duty without fear of a mauling. Hang on, let's talk to Estinian first. My inquiries availed me not. The patrol leader had little to say beyond which of his extremities the frost had bitten the hardest. Huh. Okay. Heretics. Yeah, heretics. We have Wind Up Alphino. Oh my god, okay. Where's Wind Up Alphino? Wind Up Halome. That must be a character then, I suppose. We haven't met yet. Wind Up Alphino. Nice. Oh my god. What's over at the camp? Palomas from Final Fantasy IV. Oh. You wish to track down Lady Iceheart, is that not so? The records we discovered, ere those beasts mauled my comrades, appear to be some manner of correspondence. We had not the luxury of perusing their contents more closely, intent as we were on surviving an onslaught of fang and claw, but I'd wager those epistles contain more than friendly salutations betwixt lonely heretics. My interrogation of the patrol proved fruitless. Either we divine some clue from those letters, or we wander the snowfields and pray that the gods lead us right to Iceheart's door. 'Tis hardly a choice at all. Indeed. Collect the heretic epistles. Okay. Oh, here's one heretic epistle. I think I glimpsed the glow through the wall, luckily. I figured it'd be sort of a place to hide it. Then probably two downstairs, I assume. Here's one. Ah, I see the other one. It's in the back. Oh, there's more quests that give ether currents back in Falcon's Nest. Okay. Have you recovered much of the heretics' correspondence? I have them all. Splendid. Added to the contributions from Master Levelure and Sir Estinian, we now have more than a dozen letters. What have we here, then? Every one of these pages is a record of the dealings betwixt the Gorganye Mills heretics and their fellows in the Akafa Amphitheater. Their requests for foodstuffs, clothing, all manner of provisions. Iceheart's followers must yet inhabit the ruins we'd thought abandoned. Ooh. I guess I'll take the critical hit. Sure. Flying quest, I can see them pop up. Oh! Is this a flying quest? Bridge over frozen water? That's one of the 4? Interesting. Okay, so we should do that at some point. What do you have to say, Estinian? Akafa is taken from the dragon's tongue. It means roughly, eternal circle. 'Tis little wonder the heretics thought to return to the place. The Akafa Amphitheater, the very place where you witnessed the manifestation of the primal Shiva, was it not? If that is our destination, the journey will be long indeed. The amphitheater lies on the other side of a treacherous tract of ice and snow that cannot swiftly be crossed. Then we must place our faith in the Ethernet. As you may recall, our dear friend Moon Breda succeeded in recreating the Akafa beacon after it had been destroyed by Lady Iceheart. At the time, it was assumed that the resultant aetherite would only be temporarily viable, but given that the heretics of Gorganya Mill seem to have been in regular contact with their brethren at the amphitheater, I'll wager it still functions. I suggest we make for the aetherite within Snowcloak without delay. Correct me if I'm wrong, Estinian, but in the course of mapping the Snowcloak tunnel system, a passage was discovered leading out into the Western Highlands, was it not? Might it be possible for us to reach the aetherite from this side of the wall? It should. House Drudendare posted soldiers at the Western Highlands entrance after the tunnels were cleared, but they will not deny us entry. Oh, they're the people we found, I think. That's funny. They're the guys that we ran into. Pretty sure. Is it? Yeah, it is. It is. They were right beside one of the ether currents. Okay, that's fun. Ha, that's fun. All right. Yeah, again, we've got all the ether currents except the one to the west. Boing! Let's go. So we've like little sort of roads through the zone. I want to see what this hemlock thing is. Like, what is this over here? If I can even get up there. It looks like it's a cliff. Maybe we could sneak up the side here? Let's have a look. Can we climb? Oh no, it doesn't actually look like we can. No, okay. Interesting. It's very close to the bridge anyway, so. Strange though. Maybe we can only get up there with flying. Maybe it's a flying only zone. I wonder if there's some of those. There could easily be parts of the zone that are off limits until you've beaten the main quest, and then you can find them and explore them. Ah, we've got Lydia Greenish. She's mining, I think. Oh, nope, here's an entrance. Look at this. Look at this. There's something over here. Interesting. Ah, but I can't get through yet. Okay, we'll be back, I'm sure. Back, I'm sure. Okay, and this over here then, this is the tower thing. Kind of want to go see what that's about. Is there much point to exploring? Like, is there stuff for us to actually find? Like treasures and stuff? Or it's just kind of out of curiosity? Achievements. Ah. Achievement points. Okay, cool. I mean, this tower looks pretty spooky. Pretty spooky tower. The 9th Fair. Maybe it's not a tower. I guess not. Cool, though. Oh, this probably is a sightseeing spot. I would be shocked if that's not a sightseeing spot. Like, that's really cool looking. I mean, once we get flying, it will be no stress at all to find that stuff. Oh, what a jump, boys. Oh, that was good. That was good. Wow, I've impressed myself. What ails our young lord? The moment we arrived at the wall, his face took on an ashen pallor. Does he fear facing the heretics within their own lair? Do you recall the first time you ventured into these tunnels in search of Lady Iceheart? It seems an age ago, does it not? Back then, I still believed myself the commander of the Crystal Braves. Oh. Ah, the guest of House Fortom, accompanied by the Ysayle Dragoon, no less. The Ysayle Dragoon. I cannot imagine what brought you out this far, but you're welcome to enter the tunnels if that is your will. Assuming the Akafa beacon still functions, we must pray to the 12 it does. We shall arrive at our destination in mere moments. Though I do not expect to be greeted by the primal Shiva, we should nevertheless be prepared for a frosty reception. The heretics are not like to rejoice at the appearance of uninvited guests, particularly ones with our history. I'm ready. Let's do it. Here we are. An impressive structure. I wonder how many ages it has endured. Mayhap you should ask its occupants. They seem a friendly bunch. Hi, friends. Dogs of Ishgard! Is it not enough that you banish our beloved saint? Will you not be satisfied until the ice is slick with the last drops of our blood? Stay your weapons. We come under the flag of parley. We wish only to speak with your mistress, that we might broker a peace. Do you think us fools, boy? Will take more than honeyed words to earn our trust. You walk with the Dragon Slayer. We know all too well what he is capable of. My reputation precedes me. They give us little choice. Come, brothers, may dragon wings bear us to victory. Oh, no you don't, you jerk. Oh.
Your guard is down.
Their voice lines are really loud in combat for some reason. Boom. Ow. What? Oh! They partake of the blood of dragons. Cool. Good for them. Oh, here comes the boss. Luis Tiao. Man, someone's throwing some pretty cool looking spells. Is that you, Alphino? Throwing cool looking spells? Might be. Dragon's blood? That sounds rather ominous. It sounds rather ominous indeed. Be a shame if someone was to stun you. Fully resisted. Okay. Okay. I see how it is.
Know your folly.
Whoa! Whoa! This is a good fight so far. This is good. I like it. Let's finish off this one as well. Boom! He's down. Oh, there's still more. Never mind. Man, there's a lot of these guys. This guy's trying to become a dragon as well. What a jerk. We can't stop him.
Estinian Wormblood. They fight like demons. 'Tis death to remain. Fall back, brothers. Retreat to the cinders. I see no signs of Lady Iceheart. Would that we could have questioned one of them. What would you ask that we do not already know? They make for the cinders, and so must we. Even should an ambush await us, 'tis certain there will be more heretics to question. To question. The cinders, you say? I confess the name is unknown to me. Mayhap you be so good as to enlighten us, Estinian. I suspect it is the heretics' way of referring to the Dreaming Dragon, an island of sorts found in the midst of the frozen lake of Ashpool. Sounds cool. Some 500 years past, 'tis told that the azure Dragoon of the age fought a dragon of titanic proportions. After a savage struggle, the mighty creature was weakened unto the point of death, and forced into a magic slumber by an entire chapter of the Holy Sea's sorcerers. Ere long, a rain of ash and cinders did begin to fall upon the sleeping serpent's motionless form, covering the creature at length in a shroud of grey. Of course, a thick layer of ice has since formed on top of it, but you may be sure I speak true. I do have voice at 100%. Is that only for, like, combat voice? A fascinating tale. We should make haste to this ashen isle. I put voice louder because I wanted the cutscenes to be more audible. I guess that it probably doesn't affect those. Have I been a fool? I've been a fool. The Dreaming Dragon lies far to the west. Would it be maybe 1,300 yams to the west? Perhaps beside the final ether point? Before we approach the frozen beast, however, there's another place I'd visit first. I'm told the Convictors have set up camp in Twin Pools. Their leader, Jantelot, may have information of use to us. Ah, but mayhap you're not familiar with that name either. The Convictors are dragon slayers, after a fashion, but I'm willing to wager that they've encountered their fair share of heretics. If we are indeed walking into a trap, I would learn all there is to know of our foe. A sound suggestion. Let us speak with these Convictors then, and temper our haste with a measure of caution. Alright. Alright. Oh, we're going right back to where man. So I guess I was a little bit overzealous in hunting out our points. Maybe we'll do, yeah, okay. Yeah, going on our uncovering travels, our exploration was not actually necessary because we're passing by all these places. Noted for future. Oh, is this a camp with ether current quests? There's none there at the moment. Maybe when we talk to the guy, they will unlock. Should I do the ether current quest now, or should we just do these side quests like after we complete the main quest here, whenever that is? Ah, Butler Keks completed adventure. Very nice. Yeah, it is fun when the bosses are voiced and like they talk to you mid-fight. It's cool. Like that's one thing, is that you do have the text stuff. That's one thing that is not the best, I suppose, is that a lot of characters speak to you in text boxes, but it's mid-combat and it's like, when are you gonna have time to read stuff like that mid-combat? It's very, very easy to miss those things because you're concentrated on avoiding AoEs or doing your rotation or whatever. It's very easy to miss that stuff. Yeah, we could probably turn system sounds down. That's actually not a terrible idea. Not system sounds. We could turn like sound effects I actually do have down way low. Let's put those to 50 because they are, as you said, well, 51 apparently. They're very loud. Performance is 100. Voice is 100. I think that's okay. Bodone the Blunt. Okay. Boorish Bowman.
boorish banneret. Jantelo. Well, well, what do we have here? Hoping to join the esteemed ranks of the Convicters, are we? The hard-eyed lass looks promising, but you've a frail luck about you, boy. I give you 3 days ere the wilds claim your corpse. Wow. I beg your pardon? That's funny. Be not so quick to judge. I've seen this frail youth fell heretics with a flick of his wrist. And who are you to question my... By the Fury! That armor, that lance, the Azure Dragoon himself graces our camp. Pray forgive my disrespect, sir. I am Jantelo, leader of the Convicters and fellow slayer of dragons. May I ask what winds, fair or foul, carry you into our humble camp? I'm way cooler than he is. God damn it. Ah, Lady Iceheart, is it? Aye, I know her by reputation, but I'm afraid I've seen naught of her or her people. That said, my own men can be somewhat lax when it comes to making reports. You may wish to question them yourselves. Thank you. We shall. Nubkeks, Estinian. Let us make our way through the camp and see what information there is to be had. Yeah, nobody knows I'm the Azure Dragoon. It's a bummer. We're Stealth Dragoon. You'd think that the armor would give it away, but no. No. Ah, here we go. Here we go. Oh, mount speed in the Western Highlands is increased. Very nice. And these would be the quests then that we would need. Ether Current. Experience firsthand what life in the Convictory is like. I remember you. How could I forget? You're the lass who is in the Azure Dragoon's company. Since you are here anyway, perhaps you might like to try your hand at a spot of hunting before you depart. See for yourself what life is like for us Convictors. The Dravanian horde is stronger than you might expect. Unless you've been at it for years, like I have, I think it prudent to start with something simple, then work your way up to dragons. I suggest rooms. Slay 3 of those, then come back here. Consider it a warm-up. Cowards, all of you! Have you no shame at all? Oh, I beg your... Wait, are you not Mistress McMeow, honoured ward of House Forton? Praise alone, surely you will consider my request. Know you the Dusk Vigil, westernmost of the Citadel watchtowers built to warn of the horde's approach? 'Twas lost following the calamity, another victim of the snows. Within the ruins lies a priceless treasure which must needs be reclaimed. I thought to enlist the services of these so-called dragon slayers, but it seems their courage is not so boundless as they would have you believe. But you, madam, you are not one to shy away from danger, am I right? Very good indeed. There's a sculpture of the Fury within the Dusk Vigil's chapel. An ice rondel is set in its helm. I'd have you prize it free and deliver it to me. The Vigil is not difficult to find. Simply head north towards Banepool until you come to the gates. Knights may bar your passage, but should you explain who you are, they will give you leave to enter. Good? Okay. I think that's it. Just the 2 of these. Alright. 1 here and 1 here. Okay. And we obviously still have that quest over there. Alright. Alphino. Surely one of these people will have encountered heretics while out hunting. Pray speak with as many as you can, Nubkeks. Nay, I know of no heretics. Do you honestly expect me to keep track of every Raymau, Vermont, and Bertinant that wanders in and out of camp? That's a lot of names. Oh, let's do this. Sure. Why not? Werner the Cowardly. Cool. Sorry, Werner the Cowardly. Oh my god, they're running off. Dishonored. Cool. Bit of fun, why not? Are there any heretics in the area? I've not the faintest idea. Why, a heretic could pass under my very nose, and I should be none the wiser. I hunt dragons, my dear lady, the big ones. Forever do I scan the skies for signs of my prey. I care not for the miserable creatures that scurry upon the ground. Fair enough. Okay, that actually makes sense. It's okay, he doesn't give a shit about humans and what they're doing. Fair enough, actually. Completely fair enough. Looking for heretics? I've enough trouble keeping these preening fops fed and clothed as it is. 'Tis no business of mine what folk do with themselves out there in the wilds. Okay, what about this guy? Surely you have something to say. Something I can help you with, my lady. Heretics, is it? Well, I've never seen one myself, but that ain't to say I haven't heard a thing or two. We would be grateful for any information you can share with us. The gods know we've gleaned precious little from talking to the rest of these people. If it please, my lord, I'm Pyrrhique, a soldier by trade, though not much of one if I'm honest. If it weren't for the love of stabbing folk, I took up the spear, see? No, it was by the order of Sir Jantelo's father. Still, as long as they keep paying me wages, I ain't fussy as to what they have me do. Fair, fair. Not everyone's as patient as me, though. Plenty of low-born lads who get pressed into service start grumbling before they've seen their second battle. And once they've got to thinking how unfair it all is, it don't take much for the heretics to turn their heads. From what I hear, the simple promise of freedom tends to do it. That might explain how Lady Iceheart was able to expand her following so swiftly. Sad to say, some mates of mine gobbled down the heretics' tribe and asked for seconds. Told me they were off to the Western Islands to light a signal fire. That's how you let heretics know you're serious about joining their ranks, apparently. Send up some purple smoke and the bastards come to you. Nice. Is that so? Why then, I'm minded to start a fire. Nice. Ah, here's another quest. I'm not familiar with the building of signal fires, but how difficult could it possibly be? That's a good question. Oh, she's gonna give me some food. Nice. Ooh, triple cream coffee? Freshly roasted ground coffee beans percolated to perfection and mixed with an equal amount of thick dairy cream. That sounds lovely out there in the snow, doesn't it? Haddock dip, a thick salty dip made from a puree of haddock, raw egg, and mashed potatoes, a favorite of Regadan tribes hailing from the North Seas. That doesn't sound that nice. Bacon bread. Oh. Soft dough mixed with thick sliced bacon twisted into a pattern resembling a sheaf of wheat. Oh, mama. Want to help out, do you? There's plenty that needs doing, and killing besides. I'm sure you've noticed that dragons aren't the only thing we've to contend with out here. Take the polar bears, for example. They come here looking for an easy meal, drawn by the smell of our cook fires, then raid our stores. Think you could thin their numbers a little? Killing 4 or so of them should suffice. You'll be compensated for your troubles, of course. Of course. Okay, so we gotta kill polar bears. We gotta kill something else over there. The Polar Express. That's hilarious. Go up those things. Cool. And then the quest down here, and yeah. What accent was that? I don't really know. It was something. If we're to lure our foe to our position, then we must find a means of producing a signal of purple hue. As it so happens, I once heard the tale of a trapper who dropped the hide of a woolly yak onto his campfire. Aside from the terrible stench, the story also described in detail how the smoke from the smothered flames was tinged a deep violet. You're a monster hunter of some note, are you not, Nubkeks? It should prove a trifling task for you to procure a number of hides. We may need to burn more than one ere the heretics notice our beacon. Master Alphino, you and I shall gather wood for the fire. Aye, it will take the both of us to find enough dry fuel in this frozen wasteland. Let's meet again at the Dreaming Dragon with the fruits of our labor. Okay, cool. Okay, you know what? We might as well just go on this kill spree. Why not? Let's do it. Let's just... Killing spree engaged. Killing spree engaged. There's gonna be honey-coated grubs. Ooh, yummy. Yum, yum. It's gonna be weird, to tell you the truth, going back to our other jobs, which don't have all these OGCDs. I have to say, I really, really enjoy the jumping and stuff. And the fact that we have, like, real cooldowns at Lance Charge and Battle Litany. It's been good. It's a fun job so far. Oh, and in 54, we get our Blood of the Dragon. Ooh, that will be exciting. And then what is it, 56, 58? We get Fang and Claw and Wheeling Thrust. We get the rest of our combo. And then 56, or 60, excuse me, we get another AoE. We get an AoE cooldown. That's going to be good. All right. All right. Full thrust for 2,000 damage. We just did 2,000 damage. Nice. Okay, baby steps is over here. Kill some rooms. Okay, okay. Oh, these things are rooms. In Heavensward areas, I can fly much higher as well. Oh, good. That's cool. All the jobs with their own quirks? Yeah, very true. Very true. Yeah, I'm digging Dragoon so far. I'm excited to see what it's like when we get this 3-part combo. Or 5-part combo, excuse me. Bam. 2,156 damage. Wow. Those true thrusts, they're hitting hard. Alright, let's do this while we're here as well. We might even run over and do this for all the nights to come thing, too. Oh, we gotta kill... Oh, the woolly axe are big. Alright. I see. Hey, big guy. Very big guy. Horizonous Blast. What a word. Dragoon and Samurai are the most popular melee jobs. Yeah. It seems like Ninja looks like it might be pretty complicated, if I'm right in that. And then Monk, obviously, with the positionals, that's obviously pretty hard too, I would say. Would be my impressions of it. Bam. Ah, that wasn't a great full thrust. Ah, they want me to go over there. Okay, let's go get this done first. If I want to save keybinds, I can unbind my ranged attack. You literally never press it as Dragoon because it breaks combos. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I have it on Shift Q for now. We might get rid of it, though. Like, you never use it? Oh, yeah, use my compass. That's a good point. It's still quite a bit over the ways to the west. When we go over to turn this quest in is when we'll do it. What I'm thinking is we'll come here, we'll turn this in, teleport back, do this quest, and then take a chocobo over to here. I think that's probably the most logical way. That gets this stuff done reasonably quickly, I think.
It's my big plan. Nadani. Hello. What's this? A ward of House Fortom wishes to enter the Dusk Vigil. You are aware the ruin is infested with wild beasts, and gods only know what else, do you not? Why, just the other day, one of the Convictors claimed to have seen a massive winged beast. Not a dragon, mind, but something altogether different. But far be it from me to deny an esteemed personage the opportunity to kill herself in new and exciting ways. Pray go on ahead. Ha! Oh, this is a dungeon. Oh. Oh my. The Dusk Vigil. Triple Triad Battle Hall. In the days following the calamity, western Coerthas was abandoned by the Knights of Ishgard, save for the Dusk Vigil, whose defenders refused to withdraw. Since then, the fortress has only fallen further into disrepair, and her garrison has long since been presumed dead. Unlike most Ishgardians, who would sooner put the tragic episode behind them, Father Wealtheow would have you enter the Forsaken Fortress and reclaim a priceless treasure, an ice rondel set in the helm of a sculpture within the Vigil's chapel. A simple request perhaps, but if experience has taught you anything, such tasks are anything but. Nice. Okay, let's teleport to Falcons, yeah. Okay, let's see what Ingaret has for us here. Hello. I can't jump. What do you want me to do? For an ether current. Do you have a moment to talk? A short while ago, one of the workers from House Ysayle asked me to go deal with some Mylodons that have been causing trouble. The Black Iron Bridge barely survived the calamity. It's in desperate need of repairs, but the upland Mylodons roam far too close to it. The craftsmen can't work safely. Someone needs to kill them. The Mylodons, that is, not the craftsmen. I'd asked the Dragoons to do it. I'm a Dragoon. I'm the Azure Dragoon. But they're so busy it'd be weeks before they'd find the time. I do it myself, but there's so many of the beasts I fear I'd be swarmed and outnumbered. You're a capable woman. Would you be so kind as to thin them out somewhat? If you were to kill, say, 3 of them, I think I'd be able to finish off the rest myself. Okay. But yeah, I see what you mean. Losing a GCD is less DPS lost than breaking a combo. Yeah, okay. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. This looks cool. The Dusk Vigil. Cool, let's go. Hello. Tob Lizard, Polyamen Propel, and Zigris Fluffson. Let's do this, guys. We've got a Paladin, a White Mage, and a Machinist. Hey. I did my thing in the wrong order. I fucked up already. Gotta love it. Yo, look at this thing. This shield. Who did that? Is that the White Mage did that? All the gunshot sounds from your man? It's funny. It's a White Mage regen bubble. Ooh. Fancy. Yo, look at this. It's like a griffin. White Mage Asylum. Oops, well, that totally missed. Oh, hey, friend. those sound effects might get a bit annoying. I don't know. Stunned him. Oh, hey, big guy. Boom. You tried playing White Mage with full spell effects and almost went blind? Cold steel lever. Cool. Ooh, it's a mammoth. Yo. Towering Oilifant. Look at this thingy. Oh, he looks super fun. Woolly inspiration. Ow. Uh-oh. Help. Help. Don't know if I was supposed to do something special there. Prehistoric trumpet. That hit hard. Actually, we got lots of life. It didn't hit that hard. Got more life than I think. This guy's a lot tankier than the enemies we were fighting in Realm Reborn. He's got a lot of life. He's doing this right thing again. I don't know what we're supposed to do. Oh, it's just... You just need to be healed through it. I see. Okay. Boom. Boom. Ishgardian Bowman's ring belt. Ishgardian Knight's bracelets. Cool. Oops, that was a very badly aimed Doom Spike. Torn journal page. Okay. This dungeon's really cool. I love the music and the atmosphere. Oh, hello. Boom. Oh, that was good, boys. That dragon fire dive was juicy. That was juicy. Yeah, zombies. Indeed. Read the journal pages on a wiki after the dungeon? Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Oh god, the targeting. Sometimes the targeting just does not target what you want it to. And I do the wrong combo. Lord Commander's seat. Oh, there's zombies there. Uh-oh. Oh, there's lots of zombies. Boom. Many zombies. All dead. Ooh, upgrade. Ishgardian Banneret's gauntlets or something. Oh, look at this guy. Sir Ysayle. Ysayle. Brain drain. Oh my. Oh, that's a bunch of enemies. Hello. Rictus. Death Spiral. That sounds ominous. God, there's frozen Shurgens everywhere. Don't know if I should bother attacking them. Like, are they healing him for much? There's just AoEs everywhere by leaving these alive. Makes it exciting. I like it. I like it. Greed for those. Greed for those. You would have met Yulmeric in 1.0. Really? Cool. I think these got gloves. Yeah, they are. They're an upgrade. There you go. Ishgardian Banneret's gauntlets. I don't know how this glamour plate works. Like, if I... How do I make the glamour plate apply? They look like it could be a cool set, this Ishgardian Banneret thingy. It's pretty nifty. Popping the damage boosty CDs and then jumping in with their dragon fire die for big damage. Fun. Super fun. I can only apply glamour plates in cities. Ah, okay. Didn't know that. Cool. Noted. Ooh, hello, big guy. Yeah, this also reminds me a lot of, like, snow areas in Dark Souls, right? This is a fun dungeon. Yeah, this dungeon's cool. This dungeon is very cool. I like it a lot. I have to say, the constant pea shooter sounds from the dude are a little annoying. Treasure coffer. There's like no treasure in it. That's weird. I haven't seen the most Dark Souls-like dungeon yet. Okay, I look forward to it. Ooh, look at this. Yo. This is cool. Very cool. Oh, there's the thing we need. Okay, maybe that's actually kind of handy. Oh, someone just got something instead of loot. Oh, he got some pots of snow white dye. Oh, cool. Oh god. Free fall. Whirling jail. Uh-oh, fetters. Unable to execute actions, so that's not good. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Wind resistance down. Oh, that's not good. Very not good. Calling it now. That's bad. Hide behind a rock for whirling jail. Okay. Noted. Noted, kind sir. Winds of winter. Okay, that hit me even behind the rock. The rock just collapsed. Oh dear. Okay, new rock has fallen down. Okay, we're good. These fights have been a huge step up from the previous ones. Free fall. Okay. Ow. Ooh, that hit me. That's not so good. I think that one just hits you wherever you are. Tank. Is it just if I go inside the whirling? No, never mind. Okay. It pulls you in. Alright. Oh, he did his limit break thingy. Okay, cool. We got him. Oh, arm's length would... Yeah, that's right. Arm's length makes us immune to pullbacks and knock-ins and all that. Yeah. Wait, that guy's dressed like Titus. What the fuck? Yo, 54 and a new... Oh, new Dragoon level. Commendation for you. Ishgardian Monastic. Yeah, that's kind of nutty looking. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's for a pugilist, monk, or samurai. That's pretty cool. Yo, let's do a gear check here. Oh yeah, look at that. Banneret's helmet. Oh. Okay. They look a little ridiculous. That's okay. Let's get out of here. Did I get the thing? Hopefully I got... Okay, I did. Good. Yeah, I just need to report back. Okay, cool. Alright, see you later, Charlotte. We'll go do this. Hide my helmet. You guys don't like my helmet? Fine. Fine. I liked it. But I'll keep you happy. I can change my targeting to cone. I think I have done that. Targeting. Character config. Oh, target. It is type 2 cone. Have I played Dark Souls? Yeah. Yep. I think I played 1 and 2. And I played about half of 3. I played them all in a row. So I kind of got burnt out and I didn't play all the way through 3. Because it was a lot of Dark Souls. It's a lot of Dark Souls. But yeah, I've got, I think, full playthroughs, I think, on the channel. Or maybe on my second channel, which I store some VODs on. I don't know, have a look at the YouTube. But yeah, Dark Souls, it was a good time. Really enjoyed those games. They were very good. There's a dungeon with Anne Orlando vibes. Nice. Trying to get these combos in while I still have my buffs on. Eh. But yeah, I'm feeling like the combat has taken a huge step up, I feel. Like, compared to where we were, I think. Like, it feels like stuff lives for longer. So we actually get to use more of our skills. It just feels a bit more, like, involved or something. It's good. It's good. And obviously our characters become a lot more complex to play, which has really helped as well. Like, that complexity is super welcome and super fun. Okay. It's amazing what a handful of GCDs and not having... yeah, exactly. Camp Dragon Head. Some GCDs and not having a massive eye level advantage, 100%. Oh, we should also switch some of the gear then on our other guys. So it should auto glam plate when I go into a city, right? So if I go into Samurai as well. Samurai, yeah, Ishgardian Knight's bracelets and an agate ring of slaying, very good. And on Monk, probably be the same thing, yeah, okay. But they don't actually change any other gear. So I got, oh god, my helmet's gone back on. What a travesty. Okay, cool. So I get like a chest piece for them as well? Yeah, the monastic thingy is obviously no good. Looks cool though. I like that look. It's a good look. Man, this armor and stuff we're getting is pretty sick. I have to say. Right, we're gonna go get this quest. Now we got a Dragoon quest to do first. Dragoon! Right? Yeah, sworn upon a lance. Let's do it. Dragoon! Gotta get that blood of the dragon! Blood of the dragon! We need to remove a lot of this shit from our hotbar as well. Like, we might make a chocobo hotbar or something. The Heavensward gear sets are great for Dark Knight. Cool. I'm looking forward to that. That's a cool looking chocobo as well. I like that. Alberic's received word of an impending Dravanian offensive. Thank the Fury you're here. But moments ago we received word that Growly's horde is advancing on Ishgard. Even as we speak, Hoistien prepares to go and meet them in the field. Alas, with most of the Dragoons absent on another mission, I fear she sorely wants for lances. I would have you lend her yours, Nubkeks. Pray make haste to the congregation and join her. Oh, okay. In Foundation. Well, I guess we'll see how the glam plate thing works right now. Never gets old seeing flying. Nice. Raven, Night Realm says, caught you live, started playing because of you, and now I'm a level 73 samurai. That is awesome. Awesome. So how does this glamour plate auto apply? Let me see. If I switch, will it switch it? So if I switch to it now. Yes, it did. That's exactly what happened. It auto glamored it when I switched back to it. That's cool. We can put the helmet back on. Alright, good to know. TIL, as they say. Yeah, we're gonna play Samurai. I think it's Samurai and Monk for Stormblood is our plan. We'll be Samurai and Monk for Stormblood, and then we'll have to level up Dark Knight and try get Dark Knight up for Shadowbringers. Gonna be cool. And Paladin then, ultimately for Endwalker near the end of the year. Nubkeks, you've come to aid us. This improves our chances tenfold.
Allow me to thank you as well, Mistress Nubkeks. I am but a worried father. It gives me heart to know that the Azure Dragoon shall fight beside my daughter.
Though my training is far from over, the situation will brook no delay. We must head off Growly and his horde before they reach a populated area. It shall be my honor to fight shoulder to shoulder with you. The experience alone will teach me much, of that I've little doubt.
Promise me you'll be careful, Houstien. Take no unnecessary risks. Do you understand me? Remember, the dead cannot serve their nation, and what Ishgard needs above all are brave souls like you to protect her.
Aw. Worry not, father. I swear I shall return to you.
See that you do, my child. Now, before you go, there's something I wish you to have.
A lance.
The Lance Peregrine. It is yours now.
Ooh, she's got an upgrade. Oh, lucky her. Why, this lance was bestowed upon you by, upon your forebear by the Archbishop himself. I'm no true child of yours, yet you would entrust me with this family treasure. Oh, good guy. I will not betray your faith in me, father. With this lance I shall strike down Growly and protect Ishgard.
Houstien, it is time.
It's been a while, my friend. I had the honor of overseeing your training when you were but a fledgling Dragoon. I shall be honored to fight beside you. I like how they decided to give them all the cool armor. Comrades, at last report, Growly and his horde had gained the Western Highlands. We shall lie in wait for them at the pike, with me. And they're all using like the base relic, right, from A Realm Reborn. It's kind of funny. Seems a bit weird, but anyway. It's kind of like she kind of got a visual downgrade. Anyway.
Mistress Nubkeks, may I have a moment? Each time I see my daughter off on a mission, we dance the self-same dance. I tell her to be careful and she promises to do so, but I know her all too well. Houstien burns to distinguish herself in battle, that she might repay me and my lady wife a perceived debt. I fear that, one day, that desire will cloud her judgment and she will not come home. And so I beg you, pray watch over my daughter.
Yeah, we're really small. We're really small for a Dragoon. But that's okay. We're okay being small. Yeah, I don't think we're actually going to get even to Machinists today. I don't think we're going to have time. There's too much going on. Wait, what's this? Oh, this is the clan hunt thing. Oh, yeah. This thingy. Clan hunt. Okay. Cool. Might as well knock that out. We couldn't have clicked this until we were level 53. As a new member of Clan Centurio, we're permitted to take builds for level 1 clan marks. Defeat the monsters described and be rewarded with Centurio seals. Can be exchanged for exclusive items. Okay, speak with Ardelaine and the Forgotten Knight to exchange them. Cool. These are daily. Okay, they're simple enough. Let's actually have a look and see what we can get with those seals. Ardelan. This guy, I think. Exchange the seals. Do I get like armors and stuff? Not a huge amount of stuff. Ventures and Aetheryte tickets. Griffins. Ooh, Behemoths. Ishgardian Barding. Okay. He does have some cool stuff. What about advanced? Oh no, he won't even show me the advanced stuff. Alright. Ellison are really tall. Yeah, they are. Okay. Hoistien near the pike. Which is over here. Okay. It might actually unlock flying for this quest first. I didn't realize this was going to take us to the place. Yeah, I think we probably will. Oh, there was a woman who had more stuff to trade? Okay. Flying would be useful. I can buy mount speed? Oh, I can buy mount speed upgrades. Oh, that's cool. Already killed 3. Thank you ever so much. Take this as a cut of your fee. Incidentally, did you happen to see the farm on the far side of the bridge? The Mylodons have made it difficult to access that area, and the bridge has fallen apart. We might be able to rebuild the farm. The farm is where the dudes were, and there's the ether current. So the farm is... That's obviously where they had their base and stuff like that. Right. Let's go take the chocobo. And then we'll probably just teleport. Actually, we could take a chocobo back as well. We're going a little bit all over the place here, but I think by unlocking flying now, we'll probably ultimately save time in the long run. I would like to get a porter to the Convictory. It only takes 1 minute. It's super quick, actually. Super quick. Mistaken Mishaps. Finally managed to catch you live. Hello. Welcome. Yeah, I stream most of the times in the afternoon for me. Because I often have, like, WoW raids in the evening. And then if I stream in the morning, no one would be awake. It'd be great for Australia, but really bad for, like, Europe and Americas and all that, so... My Russian viewers are extremely disappointed. Like, Nubkeks, why you not stream in morning, eh? You not stream. I am awake then, with my vodka. You not stream for me. It's true. Been following since the start of the Final Fantasy XIV videos on YouTube. Awesome. Awesome. Well, as you can see, we are... we're in Heavensward now. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. My plan at the moment is to hopefully have the videos be a bit shorter for YouTube, and we'll basically get like some leveling alts and stuff will be done on stream. And then we'll keep the main quest stuff for the YouTube. But yeah. We're in around about the same spot. Yeah, I'm just doing a Dragoon quest right now. Do you have it, Mistress McMeow? I do. And we're unlocking flying here. No mistaking it. My parents presented this sapphire to me on my wedding day, as my wife and I presented it to Ysayle Marek on his. One day they do the same for their son. But for that disgrace of an inquisitor, suspicion of heresy, what rot! He knew what he wanted from the start. By the time I secured her release, they'd interrogated her for days. She was a shadow of her former self. But the final insult, the final twisting of the knife, was when my son took command at the Dusk Vigil and found the ice rondel to be the centerpiece of the newly commissioned sculpture of the Fury. He couldn't prove it was the selfsame one which had vanished, but oh, he knew. But no more, no more! It's back with the family where it belongs. It is admittedly hollow comfort, yet in my waning years I must accept what little can be had. Wow, so they stole his family heirloom. Damn, okay. Actually, we can't fly because we haven't done the main quest. God damn it. Slain those rooms already, have you? How did you find them? Did they put up much of a fight? Huh, good work, lass. Clearly the Azure Dragoon doesn't travel with mere amateurs. I'm the Azure Dragoon. It sounds like those rooms barely put up enough of a fight to be considered a proper warm-up. You clearly know what you're doing. If you want to try your hand at hunting down some dragons, speak with me again sometime. Yeah, we haven't done the main quest, so... Burp. Well, you're certainly more reliable than any lordling I've ever met. They've only got eyes for dragons, even though I tell them time and again that if no one sees to those bears, there'll be nary a scrap to eat. But do they listen? I dare say everyone around here could stand to be a little more like you. Well, I said you'd be compensated, and I'm true to my word. I trust you'll consider this fair remuneration for your efforts. I will take the... I guess I'll take the bacon bread. Yummy, yummy. Bacon bread. Yeah, oops. We are missing one of the quest ones. Oh, we're missing the one over there as well. I'm a fool. Here was me thinking we were being super smart and efficient. I was but a fool. There was really no point to doing this. I think we'll do the Dragoon quest first. I think we will. I'm gonna just have to come back here. It's really quick, so whatever. It's fine. Yeah, we'll do the Dragoon quest. The quest is the MSQ one I'm on. Yeah, I think I want to do the Dragoon one first, and then the MSQ, because I do want to test out my new ability today. The current will be right beside. Would it be? Oh yeah. Just go deliver them. Okay. Okay, I think you know what? You're right. Let's go deliver the quest. Let's do it. You guys are face palming so hard right now. I'm so sorry. We're gonna turn on our ass and fly right back. Just appreciating the view of this zone. I have to say though, I have really liked this zone. This zone is great. This zone is great. It's just the sense of scale. And just the fact that it's like it's all ruins, you know? There's like ruins and wildlife, and yeah, there's some heretics hidden here or there, but it's just that sense of like just this really big open air. It's just so immersive is how I would describe the zone. It's been super immersive, right? Like, I guess we haven't spent a crazy amount of time questing here, but a lot of it is just sort of, yeah, I don't know, they've captured it super well. That feeling of like this barren, sort of frozen wasteland. Like, it used to be a thing, and now it's just... Yeah, it's like just fallen apart, run down, ruined, taken back by nature. They've done it super well. Super well. It's not like there's, you know, enemy camps all over the place, and brah, there's all stuff happening. It's like, no, we've made this really, really big zone, and yeah, a lot of it is empty, and, you know, it's just wildlife, and it's actually really cool. Really cool. It gets better? Ooh. And I love the dungeon as well. That was a great dungeon. That Vigil dungeon is super cool. Really cool dungeon. Okay. We've arrived back here for the first time. Let's have some nice frumenty as well. Yum yum, frumenty. Yummy. Yummy, yummy. Okay, let's see what's over here. Oh, look up the journal pages. I might leave it for now. Yeah, I think I want to blast, because I'm just conscious I am short on time now. I'm short on time. So I'm gonna blast ahead with the main stuff for now. So it's still a good bit to the northwest here. The Dreaming Dragon. Ah! What is this guy? Look at him. Ice Commander. Spooky. 70 yams to the north. Ah, that would be it right here. Oops, I did the wrong attack. Oh well, doesn't matter because he's dead. Rip through him. And here are my guys. Oh, this is it. Oh, look at that. Yeah, this is the thing we saw in the distance and thought was surely a dragon. Cool. Nubkeks, I want to talk to Alphino. I left Ishgard on a mission of noble purpose, and now here I am scrambling for sticks in the snow? How can my hands be at once so numb and yet so sore? 'Twould seem collecting firewood is a new experience for Master Alphino. His must have been a privileged upbringing. Have you seen the hides we need? Yeah. She looks cool as well, that character right there. She's cool.
I should have known it would be you.
She's just strolling up, casual as can be. Wow, okay.
Word reached me of a struggle with a small but well-armed band of trespassers. Forgive my comrades their hostility. Few come here uninvited, and fewer still with good intent. Now, tell me why you are here.
Yeah, we wish to stop Nidhogg's attack on Ishgard. That's the reason we want to speak with her, so...
So, you seek to stem the Dravanian tide with talk? A romantic notion. If you but knew the truth, the spark which lit the flames of this animosity, you would understand the futility of your quest.
I definitely feel like there's more to this. I'm very curious.
Shall I relate it to you? The sordid history my gift has shown me. That which the Holy See has taken such pains to suppress.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh shit, here we go.
'Twas more than a millennium past when an Elezen tribe first sought to claim the lands of Coerthas as its home. Unfortunately for them, Coerthas was already home to dragonkind, and they were not inclined to make way for the invaders. Thus did a bloody war begin. A war which might well have rumbled on until one or the other side was exterminated, had it not been for the resolve of a single woman. That woman's name was Shiva. While those around her fought and died, she attempted to parley with the dragons, and in so doing discovered them to be possessed of profound intelligence and reason. The great worm Heresvelga in particular so enchanted Shiva that she found herself growing to love the creature, whom her people considered a monster. In the eyes of a near-immortal dragon, however, the fleeting life of an Elezen is as that of a freshly cut rose. Scarce has the flower bloomed before it begins to fade and wither. Such melancholy musings plagued Heresvelga, who had found in Shiva an unexpected and beloved soulmate. He knew that all too soon, death would snatch her away from him. Unable to bear the thought of their separation, the maid bid the worm consume her, that their spirits might be entwined for eternity.
Wait, what?
To perform the deed, Heresvelga ultimately gave in to her plea, and soon thereafter the tale of their ill-fated love spread throughout the two warring factions. No more could they raise blade or claw against one another, knowing that the souls of their kin were so inextricably bound.
He's a cool-looking dragon, though.
Followed,
wow.
Man and dragon learned to live in harmony, and together built a nation unlike any the world had ever known. For 200 years did this blissful age of peace continue, as it would to this day, had vilest envy not stirred in the hearts of the Elezen. It is said that worms owe their longevity to the boundless reserves of vitality found within their eyes. And 'twas in this belief that a traitorous band of knights deceived their allies of some 2 centuries, and took by force that which they coveted.
Ooh. They stole their eyes to live longer.
Nidhogg, he who now stands poised to unleash his wormlings upon Ishgard, was the great dragon who lost an eye to Elezen treachery. And until he prizes it from the hands of the traitor's progeny, no amount of conciliatory words will stay.
And this dude right beside Estinian has the eye. The dude right beside us.
You are wrong, Lady Iceheart. Lest you misunderstand, I do not doubt your vision of the past. 'Tis true that Nidhogg greatly desired to reclaim the eye. Indeed, it was for that very reason that I kept it with me as I roamed the land, attempting to draw him away from the city.
Good gods.
Until recently, Nidhogg seemed unable to resist its allure and pursued me relentlessly. Needless to say, that is no longer the case. Now, it would seem, he has fixed his attention on Ishgard itself, though he knows full well the eye does not reside there.
You believe he targets the capital for another reason?
I believe reason has all but left him. Through the eye, I feel much of what Nidhogg feels, and the dragon's thirst for vengeance will not be quenched by aught less than a sea of blood.
If Nidhogg is indeed lost to reason, might we not seek an audience with Hraesvelgr instead? He has thus far shown no inclination to aid in the invasion of Ishgard, and may yet welcome our efforts to broker a peace.
You still believe that a peaceable solution can be found? Very well. I will take you to him. Our road will lead us to Dravania, the homeland of dragonkind. There we shall ascend unto the clouds, where Hraesvelgr resides.
Ooh. 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 Nani? Oh. What? What? Nani? What? Is this because we're like helping the dragons? It's fixing our stones?
Is aught amiss, my friend?
Oh.
I sense the many battles are beginning to take their toll. Rest a while, and should you lose sight of us, Dravania lies beyond the mountains to the west.
This little guy.
Curious. The vestiges of thy mistress's blessing are not as faint as once they were. Thy will to succeed grants thee unusual fortitude. But will it be enough?
Interesting. So we're actually, looks like maybe gonna be able to get the blessing of the light back. What a twist. Okay. Freebird. The Coerthas Western Highlands Ether Current Attunement complete. Bam. Nubkeks away. Haha, we can fly now. Awesome. Oh, this is so cool. Let's check this thing out. Okay, and let's go do the Dragoon quest, and then tomorrow we will go to the Dravanian homelands. The blessing of the light and the echo are different things, yeah. Oh, look, there's just a straight up dragon up here. Just hanging out, having a good time. Ice dragon, how you doing, pal? Good to see you. Oh, this is like a whole region, the Red Rim. Oh, there's like fates up here and stuff. Cool. What's up here? Mammoths. Liuba. Yo, there's a whole area up here. There's yetis as well. Slate yetis. There's like this red rock. Interesting. And we got some areas up there too.
Look at this. Oh, that was a hunt. Okay. Cool. Cool. Discovered a new location. Oh, we got like a pit thing, a bed of bones. Cool. Very cool. Hello, Mr. Yeti. Okay, there's fog of war there. Like, we'll just, like, I guess do a loop around or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna go do this quest. And we're gonna get our new ability, which I'm very excited for. The only person who knew about me losing the blessing of light is Minfilia. Yeah. Try to fight the limit. The height limit? Okay. Can do. Probably gonna, it's so dark we probably won't be able to see anything. We're still going. There we go. This is as high as we can go. Boom. Nice. Not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Alright, Hoistien, how are you doing? I'm here to help. Nubkeks, already we've suffered heavy losses, and that was but the first wave. They come, brace yourself. I'm ready. Oops, that was a really bad jump. That was not a good jump. Hoistien, True Thrust. The Realm Reborn height limit is very low. Yeah. It seems like it. Enemies are pretty nasty. Something big is coming. I like how the fights are definitely getting harder. Like it feels a lot more important that we actually play them, you know, reasonably well. Assault Wyvern? Yo, look at that. How cool is that? Maybe pick them off one by one. Just reduce the incoming damage a bit. What happens if you can't beat these fights? Like, what happens if you die? Samurai and Red Mage fights at 60 are pretty tough with leveling gear. You just have to come back with better gear. So it sinks your level down, right? We got it, though. You start over. Oh, wow. That was the last of them, yet Growly's nowhere to be seen. Were the reports mistaken? Such a price we've paid, only for our quarry to elude us. Oh, it unlocks easy mode. Okay. So you finally show yourself. Are we just gonna watch? At least get eaten by him or something so we can put these spikes to use. Come on. What is she? Hoistien, no! What? Oh my god, okay. By the Fury, this is a disaster. I know not how to say this, but Hoistien, strong as she is, she cannot have survived that. Here, I discovered this in the aftermath. 'Tis a fragment of her armor. It must have broken off during the battle. Oh, pray see it to her father's hands. Knowing him, he will be at the congregation, awaiting his daughter's return. Oh, dude. I'm sure she lived. She still will find her alive. But I guess we'll have to wait for level 58 for that one. Or 56, I mean. This was what, 54? Yeah. Damn, dude. God, there's so many people in here. Wow. It's crazy. Mistress Nubkeks, what has happened? Where is my daughter? A polished cullet. Normally attached to the bottom rim of a breastplate to protect its wearer from deadly thrusts to the buttocks. This cutlet appears to become detached. Okay. Don't ask me how, Montergains. Her buttocks are no longer protected, sir. This scrap, a piece of her armor, but why bring it to me? No. No. I refuse to believe that Hoistien is gone. It's too early to know for certain. Tell me everything that happened. Everything. She rode away in a dragon. So she leapt upon the dragon, piercing its hide, after which the creature carried her westward. If none saw her fall, it means she may have managed to safely dismount. There's hope still. I think there is. I fully agree there's hope still. If Hoistien is out there, I shall not rest until I find her. Nubkeks, I trust I can rely upon your aid. Let us speak further at the observatorium. No, don't speak at the observatorium. No, speak here, dude. Dude, oh, come on. Dude, we're right here. I was I was like, yes, he's finally just moved to Ishgard. Don't go back to the observatory, son of a bee. I can't believe it. He's gone back to the observatorium. You were right here in the city, dude. You were right here. It would have been so much more convenient. Solo duties of normal mode, easy, and journalist difficulties. Normal, easy, and very easy. Okay. Like, seriously, you're like, where is she gone? She flew off to the west. Very good. I'm going south. Mate. Let me go in the precise wrong direction. Without further ado, let's consider a course of action. Yeah, without any further ado. That was the appropriate amount of ado, was to come back here. As Montergains dares to hope, if Hoistien was not shaken off Growly's back, there's a chance she yet lives. She'll have ridden the dragon until such time as she saw an opportunity to dismount. The question is, where? The worst possible outcome is that she was taken deep into Dragon Rule lands, far away from her allies. Well, I pray this is not so. We must be prepared for anything. Hoistien's one of our very best, and Ishgard can ill afford to lose her. For the nation's sake and that of her father, let's find her and bring her home. I will track Growly's movements in order to ascertain Hoistien's location. Like as not, the search will take us into the heart of enemy territory. Pray keep your lance arm homed, for we shall soon have need of it. Okay? Cool. I thought that this Blood of the Dragon thing might tie in more directly to a quest. It just seems we just get it. Dragon stirs within, resonating with the soul of the dragon. Blood of the Dragon. Cool. Which is like a buff to maintain. Let's see it. So this is our buff. 25-second recast, but it's a 20-second buff that increases potency of jump and spine shatter dive by 30%. Oh, that's a cool animation. Yo! Oh, we're just gonna be like this in combat all the time? Like glowy glowy? Interesting. Okay. And a totally new HUD element as well. The Dragon Gauge. Simple mode. Dragon Gauge. Sure. Interesting. Also, it gives us like 20 seconds of Dragon Gauge. Okay. Yeah, I thought we'd like... Yeah, exactly. Consume Dragon Blood or something. Dragon Gauge. Displayed upon executing Blood of the Dragon. Increasing the amount of time... indicating the amount of time before the effect fades. Okay. And that's all it does for now. But I think this does tie into a whole lot of stuff later on. So... Oh, this extends Blood of the Dragon to 30 seconds. And can only be affected when we have Blood of the Dragon. And same with Wheeling Thrust. So we need Blood of the Dragon. And same for this one. We have an AoE thing, but only in Blood of the Dragon. This also extends blood. Cool, okay. Dragon Sight. Right eye to self. Huh. Cool. Mirage Dive. Earthen Torment. Okay, cool. Stardiver. This is again under Life of the Dragon. Life of the Dragon. Wait, Life of the Dragon? What's... Or this is Blood of the Dragon. What's Life of the Dragon? Blood of the Dragon. Blood, blood. Dive ready. Oh, this gives dive ready, so we can high jump into Mirage Dive. Oh, I see. Cool. Life of the Dragon. Okay. Let's just strengthen the gaze of the first brood using Mirage Dive under the effects of Blood of the Dragon. Gerskogul will grant us Life of the Dragon in place of Blood of the Dragon. And then Gerskogul becomes Nastrond. And then it changes back. Okay. On Lance Mastery. Cool. Lance Mastery 2. Great jump to height. Okay, cool. So 2 Mirage Dives turns blood into life. I see. Okay, well then. Wowee. Wowee, we got a ton done today. My goodness, this has been action-packed. So action-packed. But guys, that will be all I have time for today. I'm going to head back to Limsa and I'll send like my squadron adventures and stuff like that off stream. But yeah. Very cool. There we go. Guys, thank you for watching. This was awesome. We'll do the same sort of thing tomorrow. Unfortunately, we didn't get everything done today I wanted to. Yo, nice book. That's cool. We didn't get Machinist unlocked, which I did quite want to do, and check out the squadron stuff. So we see if we get to that tomorrow. But man, there was just so much happening today. Unless stuff's really getting good. It's cool. It's a badass move. Yeah, all these dragon effects. Very cool. Very cool. All right. Great stream. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. And as well on YouTube, let me know what you like about, or sorry, what you think about the new structure where, yeah, we'll do some like, whatever, we'll do some roulettes and some gold saucer and stuff like that off stream. Like Dark Knight, we're sort of slowly leveling up, like on stream, but not, yeah, we'll save the story quest for YouTube videos as well. Make sure to record those. But yeah, anyway, catch you tomorrow. Have a great one. Bye-bye.